Christ Triumphant, a devotional of Ellen G. White, April 5. God's outward seal signifies inward faith. Exodus 12, verses 26 and 27. When your children shall say unto you, What mean ye by this service? Then shall he say, It is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt. Every human agent is merging his or her character under one of two heads, the Prince of Life or the Prince of Darkness. If we serve sin, we shall meet the reward of the transgressor of the law of Jehovah before the judgment seat of Christ. All the invitations given by a gracious God, given but slighted and refused and rejected, will be presented to every individual, and the sentence that will fix the destiny of the soul in eternal bliss or to be punished with the fiery elements of the wrath of God will close the history of the wicked forever. The condition given to the Hebrews in Egypt on that night when the firstborn were slain was that every family should manifest that faith in the message given to them that would lead them to act in perfect obedience to the directions given them of God. Every member of the family was to be gathered into the dwelling place of the Hebrews. They were to eat the Passover with their preparations all made for their departure, even with their staffs in their hands. God was about to do his work in judgment, and this was to bring Pharaoh to understand that the Lord, he was God, and beside him there was no one else. The angel of God was to pass over the houses of the Hebrews with the blood sprinkled on the lintels and doorposts. This sign was to be respected. But suppose that the inmates of the house were careless and did not gather their children with them in the house, or suppose the children who had been born and brought up in Egypt thought this only a whim, and altogether unnecessary, and should refuse the entreaties of their parents, making some excuse as those called to the marriage supper. Then the judgment of God would not spare, but the stroke would as surely come upon the firstborn of the Hebrews as the firstborn of the Egyptians. What is the condition of those who keep the commandments of God and have the faith of Jesus? If in families there are those who are refusing obedience to the Lord and in keeping his Sabbath, then the seal cannot be placed upon them. The sealing is a pledge from God of perfect security to his chosen ones. Sealing indicates that you are God's chosen. He has appropriated you to himself. As the sealed of God, we are Christ's purchased possession, and no one will pluck us out of his hands. Manuscript 59, 1895. Manuscript releases 15, 223 to 225.